Hello everybody, this is Mrs. Rivera here, principal of Joseph Case Junior High School, backyard enrichment video number 6. Coming to you from the west side of my yard, in between my wood pile where I store my wood for the wood burning stove, and a fence that separates us from our neighbors here to the west. So yesterday, weather-wise, not too great, but there was a very bright spot yesterday, and that was a school-wide video that many faculty and staff members participated in. That came out wonderful, and our message to all of our Case Junior High School community: don't worry, and we will get through this together. I'm committed to the backyard video. Here's number 6 for you. Yesterday we did a lot of things in the house. We couldn't really get outside, and one of the things that we did was we had a game of cribbage. Here's a cribbage board and a deck of cards. It's a game that my wife and I have played for a lot of years, and we've taught the kids to play now as well. So you can learn something new today if you jump on that computer, learn a little bit about cribbage. And remember, if you have one of these, which is a deck of playing cards, the possibilities are endless. Again, go online, you can find countless games to play with the family, even solitaire games that you can play alone. It's a wonderful thing. Okay, our appreciation for the day has to go out to Mr. and Mrs. Pimentel, our wonderful art teacher. Mrs. Pimentel, along with her husband, solicited input from all of our faculty and staff to put that wonderful video together. Mrs. Pimentel is yearbook advisor. She runs a photo club. She helps out with the variety show every year. She's a happy, wonderful person who believes in building relationships with students. Her and her husband, we can't thank them enough for putting that video together for us. We appreciate you today and every day, Pimentels. Thank you very much for that. What gave me the idea for today's backyard enrichment video, I was out here the other day cleaning up this area. It was full of sticks and things that had fallen down from the winter. And I looked down and I saw a plant that I was somewhat familiar with, but I wonder how many other people are familiar with this plant. That will be the subject of today's backyard enrichment video. Let's take a look. This is spotted wintergreen, also called striped wintergreen, striped princess pine, spotted pipsissewa, ratsbane, or rheumatism root. It is a small perennial evergreen herb native to eastern North America and Central America, from southern Quebec west to Illinois and south to Florida and Panama. These plants have distinctive blue-green leaves with a pale stripe. They stay green throughout the winter. The stems emerge from creeping rhizomes. The nearly round flowers, which appear in late July to early August, are found on top of tall stalks. They are white or pinkish and are insect pollinated. When fully open, the flowers with their recurved petals resemble crowns, a possible explanation for another common name for this plant, striped princess pine. The flowers mature to small capsules bearing the seeds of the plant, which are dispersed by the wind. It can be found in sandy habitats, well-drained upland forests, oak pine woods, and similar habitats. It is very tolerant of acidic soil. The Creek Indians called it pipsissewa, which means breaks into small pieces, after the supposed ability to break down gallstones and kidney stones. Native Americans used its leaf to treat rheumatism and stomach problems. They crushed the leaf and applied these to wounds and sores. Striped wintergreen faces some of the same pressures that humans do from bacteria, fungi, and microbes, all of which are present in the fallen leaves with which striped wintergreen lives, and that are working to break down the leaves until they become the next layer of nutrient-filled soil. Striped wintergreen has evolved to produce chemical compounds to protect itself from this efficient recycling team surrounding it. What is lucky for us is that these chemical constituents also have a positive effect in human bodies. Striped wintergreen's native range is the eastern third of the United States, north to a few locations in southern Ontario and Quebec provinces in Canada. It is rare on the edges of its range. It's listed as endangered in Illinois, Maine, Ontario, and Quebec. It is exploitably vulnerable in New York State. Today's a nice day. If you live around some woods or you have some pine needles in your yard, get out there and look for the spotted wintergreen. You may be able to find some right there in your yard. Thank you, everybody. That's today's backyard enrichment video. So today the sun's going to come out this afternoon. It might be a little cool, but you can get out in the yard, do some discovering, find some things you've never seen before, and make sure that you learn something new. And don't forget, all of those activities being posted by the teachers is very important. You get those done. Connect with your teachers. Stay connected to the school. Very important. And perhaps a game of cards today. I'd love to hear about what games you discover and what games you're playing at home with your family. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the rest of the day.